Welcome to episode 75 of G. Heller's Beer Reviews. As you can see, this afternoon I will be reviewing Rogers Beer from the Little Creatures Brewery, Australia, so Western Australia. This bottle here comes in at 330 millilitres and it's at 3.8% alcohol by volume, so it's one standard drink according to Australian standards. So it is a mid-strength beer, but on the higher side. Yeah, I've heard some good things about this beer. This was kindly donated to me from Paul at work. So thanks a lot, Paul, for sending another beer this way. I appreciate it greatly. It's always, as I said, there's so many beers to review, so it's always nice when someone donates one for a review. And of course, they probably get something out of it as well to see my opinion on the brew. Paul said, though, from his observations, it lacked a little bit of carbonation. So we'll see how that fares today. I'm not sure if this is just maybe the batch he got or it's the beer itself. Some people online said it had a bit of carbonation. Others didn't mention it, and I think there was only one or two that said it didn't have many at all. Or haven't much carbonation at all. So anyway, I was just reading a little bit on the bottle here. It's not much really in description wise. It just doesn't really have anything saying what it is, but knowing Little Creatures style, I imagine it'll be quite flavoursome. So I'll just crack it open. Okay, I've just got a chilled Pilsner glass here. I'll try and force it a bit after Paul's advice. Get a bit of height in there too to get it going. Okay, nice pour. Heads come up alright. Alright, as for the carbonation, well, yeah, Paul's right. It's this glass normally really kicks in the carbonation. There is carbonation there, but it's on the lesser side. That's definitely for sure. As for the colour, yeah, it's a nice orange sort of dark honey colour in the light. Out of the light, yeah, it's sort of a honeycomb, sort of a dark honeycomb, golden colour. Yeah, it's quite nice, a dark golden honey colour. As for the head, yeah, about one finger there. It seems to be retaining it okay. The smell, picking up a real zesty, hoppy smell. Passion fruit. Getting the passion fruit in there. Definitely, that's coming through. Sort of like berry, passion fruit smell. Malts are underneath there as well. But yeah, quite a pronounced passion fruit type smell. Alright, without further delay, let's get on the most important part, the taste test. Cheers. As for taste, the zestiness of the smell is not as pronounced in the taste. It's actually more of a malty taste. Yeah, so it doesn't actually follow the nose. Surprisingly, when you smell it, you think it'll be a very hoppy, yeah, fruity, zesty flavour, but it's more of uh, a malty sort of flavour there. But there is a bitterness, and I can taste the hop bitterness. But as for flavour wise, yeah, I'm not picking up really a passion fruit flavour. It's more just a passion fruit smell. But yeah, it's quite well balanced. I'll just give it another sip. Very light. As for the carbonation, uh, yeah, not much in there, and in the mouthfeel, there's not a lot of that, sort of carbonation zing that you can get. Yeah, it's quite soft in the mouth, very soft in the mouthfeel. But yeah, flavour is quite good for a mid-strength beer. It's quite impressive. If you put this up against, some of the mainstream mid-strength beers we have, like 4X or Carlton Mid, all those sort of macro sort of lagers. Yeah, this is much more flavoursome, and it does have quite a good hop bite to it. Even though the hop flavour is probably a little bit lacking, but the actual bitterness and bite there is quite nice. So I'll just give it one more sip and then I'll give it a score. For a mid-strength beer, this is pretty good. So you can't go wrong. If you want something a bit different and you like it, it's a pale ale. From what I can taste and the hop profile, I think it's a pale ale. It doesn't actually say, but I believe it is. So if you like pale ales, I'll get it out in a minute. Yeah, you can't go wrong with this one, particularly if you want something a little bit less, potent. So if you're going out to a party or something and you want to have a couple of beers but be able to drive, this would be a good one for you because it does have a lot of flavour in it. So in saying that, what would I give it? I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. I think it could have, like Paul said, a bit more carbonation, and the mouthfeel could have a bit more, but everything else is pretty good for a mid-strength beer. It's not bad. So 7.5 out of 10 for Rogers beer from Little Creatures Brewery. Thanks for watching on the G Hello Beer Review, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.